turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, and transform all of our lives.
Neurons activate and process all the observed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing. So the entire body can silently and without moving receive what is happening elsewhere through a process of direct observation, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar.
And the Akashic readings is not a prediction, but a reading from the cosmic archives beyond space, where creation and destruction happen simultaneously. In the dimension, there is no past, no present, and no future. That is why what you called as happening, and yet to happen is clearly already recorded.
So now, let us understand who is the Supreme Consciousness, who is manifesting Devi Parashakti for each and every one of us.
So the Supreme Point of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic ancient Hindu civilization nation, and the Supreme Pontiff's predecessors were enlightened masters and adepts. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made this yoga and temple-based activities a lifestyle for humanity.
And with the 233rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Kanchi Kailasa Sarvadevitam is the incumbent emperor of the Suryavanshi Samrajam, is the Pandaleshwar of the Mahanirvani Akhada, the largest apex monastic order.
And the Supreme Point of Hinduism is also the 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of Dharmamukti Swargapuramadinam, and is elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000.
As a teacher of Hinduism, the most prolific, most viewed, read, and watched, and has authored over 300 books and 10,000 articles in 3 languages, and has over 20 million copies of books and articles sold, read, and downloaded, when over 10,000 hours of this course delivered. The Supreme Concept of Hinduism has enriched and enriched over 1 billion lives digitally, and is the foremost respected commentator of all sacred scriptures.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also honored as a leader of Hinduism, the most awarded internationally recognized Hindu leader, the reviver of 108 ancient Hindu sampradayas, including the Rudrakanyas and Rudras, Rishis and Rishikas, Bhairavas and Bhairavis and Sannyas, and is the establisher of the largest Hindu university, Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu University, involved with satellite campuses in over 150 countries of over 170 petas, and is the collector of the largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million Pali scriptures, and over 20. And as we said before, the Supreme Point of Hinduism is and much more. And now, with that, we will now be entering into the next segment of this program, where all of us will be seeing the live demonstration of the extraordinary manifestation, the manifestation of the extraordinary. We'll be demonstrating and sharing with all of you the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation awakened in us through the Diksha, the initiation by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And in today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan, all of you will also be receiving the initiation into these extraordinary Shaktis and into the powers of third eye with the grace and blessings of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And all of you will be manifesting the following powers of third eye, which is seeing with the eyes blindfolded, and also powers like body scanning, remote vision, the power of levitation, vitalization, teleportation, and much more. Now, some of you might be wondering, now let us understand more about what exactly are Shaktis, what are these Shaktis that we are speaking about, what is their source and how they manifest. So in the Vedagamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis, the divine powers. And manifesting powers are described as a system, a method, and a science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers and have access to various states of consciousness. And the Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are a divine and you need to manifest the divine, not that you are a man and you need to reach the divine. Now, many terms Siddhis as a very common term used for any type of external manifestation. The difference between Shaktis and Siddhis. You might think they are the same as the Guru, and are a source of enlightenment, whereas Siddhis are powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment and are on the path of enlightenment. And the Shaktis of Paramashiva manifest through ordinary human beings in an extraordinary way after the initiation by the avatar and are permanent, whereas Siddhis are not permanent and may divert you from enlightenment. And the source of all these Shaktis, Paramashiva, is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form, and causality. And as the fundamental base of Abhay cosmic acts of Shrishti, which is creation, Sthiti, which is sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, which is rejuvenation, Throbhava, which is pulling out of delusion, and Anugraha, which is liberating grace for all living entities. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization nation, and the great cosmic borderless Indonesia. So ever since the beginning of the civilization, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been a cradle of enlightened beings and highly advanced sciences. And it was where the science of enlightenment and powers was lived and taught as a lifestyle. And for the first time in modern day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving these yogas. And here you can all now see the Guru Parampara, the lineage of Gurus. And this is how, through initiation by enlightened Gurus and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as being recognized as an incarnation at a very young age by his Gurus, was trained and taught these sciences to revive the initiations and knowledge repositories for billions to manifest the science of our manifestation from disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra, Sri Vidya, Yoga and Yogic powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, science of Aushadha, Advaita, Bhakti Yoga, Paramashiva Jnana, Paramashiva Vijnana, and much more. And you can all also see all the various enlightened beings, all the enlightened beings and Gurus of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. You can see Mataji, Vivekananda Puri, Pundi Swami Migal, Annamalai Swami Migal, and many more. How we can awaken these divine Shaktis in us. How beautifully says that every
Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Parananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Science of power manifestation is authenticated through four aspects of evidences or pramanas, as said in Sanskrit. So the first is the Shastra Pramana, which is the eternal, unchangeable truths revealed in the source scriptures. And then the next is the Apta Pramana, which are the experiences and results of Aptas or authorities of Hinduism, where the Vedic rishis have time tested and verified the sciences. And the next is the Atma Pramana, which is an account from the life of the Supreme Point of Hinduism, this millennium's avatar's personal experience with the power manifestation. And then the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. Now, some of you might be wondering what exactly are these Vedas and Agamas in which Paramashiva has described all of these sciences in elaborate detail. So the Vedas are the ultimate superior authority for Hindus and are pure science where the ultimate truths are explained. And the Agamas are the scriptures where the applied technology and applied sciences are explained. And the Vedas and Agamas, Veda Agamas, are as they are directly revealed by Paramashiva. They are the ultimate. So now, let us all get ready to witness a very unique and very exciting demonstration of the powers of third eye. After we go through the pramanas for the power of third eye, which is seen with eyes blindfolded. So the Shastra Pramana for the power of third eye comes from the Vijnana Vaidava Tantra. Kapalantar manonyasmilitalo. And the translation for this verse is, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any moving the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source, Paramashiva. The Apta Pramana, where Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye during the revelation of the Hindu Purana Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavan power of third eye, so Arjuna can behold Krishna's Vishwarupa darshan. Drashvanenaiva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashya me yogamaishwar. These physical eyes of yours, therefore I grant you divine third eye vision. Behold my cosmic opulence. So this comes from the level. It's completely narrated by Arjuna as he sees Bhagavan Krishna through his third eye. And the next, the Atma Pramana for this power in Swami's own words, he beautifully says, the first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360-degree, 10 directions, below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel and experience all of that as me. And the next is the Pratyaksha Pramana, the empirical evidence from observation and scientific. So here you can see study measures where when doing daily activities, there is high activity measured in the brain where the third eye is located. And when in deep samadhi state, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the rest of the brain is at peace. And this was done using a positron emission tomography. And the next is the Sakshi Pramana, where the third eye waking is being incarnation of Paramashivoham Hinduism, embodies the most profound yogic states that surpass all the bounds of time, space, and matter. And he is gifting this pure and great science of third eye awakening, along with many other spiritual sciences through initiations to millions of people. And everyone who has witnessed who have been initiated into these powers have actually witnessed the extraordinary manifestation and results in their day-to-day life. So now, let us all get ready to witness a very unique and very exciting demonstration of the powers of third eye. Yes. So now let us get into the live Sakshi Pramana of the powers of third eye. So here with me, I have this eye band, which in front of light enter around the eyes. And my eyes will sit into these two sockets over here. And it will also be covering the bridge of the nose, the eye band. And this eye band is actually certified by ophthalmologists, and it is usually given to people who are suffering from insomnia so they can have better sleep. So this eye band will be covering and blocking all the light around my eyes. And it's usually said that without light, one cannot see. So this eye band will be put on my eyes. And once that is done, any of you watching us live on YouTube, you can put your comments in the live YouTube comment section. You can put anything that you would like me to read. And now a volunteer will be putting on. Yes, so now the eye band has been put. I will be to no gaps anywhere around. And now the YouTube comment section will be projected in front of me. Comments now. We will be projecting the comments. The comments will be projected in front for all of you. Anything that you would like to read, emojis, numbers, letters, words, anything. So yes, Ma, we already have quite a few comments. We have a comment from Sulain Goilaumi, who has put hi and then a YouTube emoji and then a loading emoji and a white box and then something is there inside it. And Ma Stephanie Gators has put a heart emoji with hello Ma and then a heart emoji, then she has typed hello Ma, and then a smiley emoji with its eyes closed and then namaskar emoji with yellow hands. And Ma Celine has now given a contribution to Kailasa of 1 CHF. Thank you, Ma, for your contribution to Kailasa. And above Ma's lines comment, we actually have a comment from Stephanie Dieters, who has put a sad emoji and co are making big censures and deletions everywhere now to allow that Vasanta Vidya Current has put gratitude to Amma Parashakti, bless me to manifest health, wealth, completion with relationships and healing power. And above that, she has put Parashakti. And yes, there are many more comments. And now the latest comment is from Ma Nitya Kshipra Prasad Nikananda, who has put baby emoji, smiley emoji, which is a smaller emoji than everything else, and that it's wearing. And there are two highs like that. And Ma Puja, and after that, there's emoji which has a body and it's showing high or so with its hand. And then Ma Puja Kumar now has put a comment sequence of emoji with many fruits. So she has put blue. Yes, so you can all put any other comments also that you would like me to read. It can be anything. Yes, now we have another comment from Aslin, who has put me Guston las plantes, which is in a different language, I guess Spanish or French. And after that, she has put a sapling emoji. It has two leaves, and then there's mud, and it's like a small sapling which has two leaves. And maybe Masalan, and anyone else also, if you would like to put anything, you can put emojis, numbers, letters, words, sentences that don't make sense at all, or a proper sentence. And you can also put different languages, just like how Masalanji has now put a different language. Even all of you can put various languages. Yes, Masalan has gone back saying yes, it's Spanish, and then two hands like that, an emoji with two hands like that. Of body scan. Okay, to the next power, the power of body scanning. Now the IBAN will be removed. I request the volunteer to now remove the IBAN. And all of you can see as the IBAN is being removed. Yes, so all of you can see. And now we will be moving to the next power, the power of body scanning. Yes, so let us get into the next power, the power of body scanning. So for those of you who might be joining us newly now, the power of body scanning is where one awakens to whether it's physical, mental, or emotional. The part is that we can scan and provide solutions through the awakened third eye in the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshmatarani cha tatvani yani nilayam dhyatva jyate para. And the translation for this is that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of your whole body, the aura of the whole universe simultaneously consists of the six. One becomes complete from all thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi Adi Shakti, is revealed, and supreme power manifestation happens. And the next is the Apta Pramana, which comes from the life of a Siddha whose name is Tereya. So Thereya was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agastya. And one day, a man suffering from severe headache comes to Agastya for healing. Agastya then uses the power of body scan, and once the surgery is complete, the person is healed and cured of the headache, thus gaining the name Thereya. Is the Atma Pramana, which was revealed by Swamiji himself on the he revealed how he uses the power of body scan. Paraphrasing his words, only when I had the multiple component quantity in my different organs, it was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poisoning. Through body scanning, I found out what the problems, imbalances had happened, and where balances had to be done. I used allopathy as a second opinion through the initiated disciples of the Supreme Point of Hinduism. Rings out of thousand manifested the power of body scanning. And each of you will also be able to manifest these extraordinary Shaktis. So now let us get into the live demonstration of this power. So any of you who would like a body scan can put your comments in the YouTube comment section and request for body scanning, and we will be doing a body scan for you. Yes, so we have a comment from Pooja Kumar, who has asked for scanning of why I have of cats. You have a lot of fear towards cats, and you have the fear of cats. It is actually not a phobia, but you do have lots of fear, and that is actually because of something that happened, an incident that happened in your childhood at around the age of 4 or 5. The solution that I was able to see was to start consciously breaking it. You don't have to physically go near cats or conscious to break it, but remove that thought current of that remove that fear of cats from within, and also do the root pattern completion and try recalling, try reliving and reliving, do that process, and just try remembering that incident where you started getting scared of cats when you were it. I'm able to start getting healed, and so this is what I was able to see for you now. And Ayana Zabotanzaya has asked, is the hydrogen water which I'm drinking time to time, is it healing for your brain and body? Yes, and now I'll be doing a scan for that. Yes, so Ayana Zabotanzaya, I was able to see that um, it is not something bad for your body, but it is not having any there's no, I was able to see that your body is not reacting in a good way to it, and right now it is not creating any major issues or anything, but in the future, as your uh, body changes and the organs get, like, as you grow a little older, it can become slightly uh, hard on the body, and it will also, it can affect. So I was able to see what Paramashiva showed was to drink neem juice with water. You don't need to add so much in keeping your body completely healthy. This hydrogen water, if you need to or you want to, for just maybe once a week, it is fine, but not a lot. Otherwise, in the future, it can create problems. That was what I was able to see. And that was what Parashakti has gotten back saying, I'll do a body scan for Ma's Lang, and Mark Shipraprasad Nithyananda has also asked. So once that is done, we will get to you again. Now I'll be doing a body scan for you. You have asked. Yes, Ma, now I'll be scanning, doing body scan for you. Not exactly fear or anything that is affecting you physically or mentally, but I was able to see that whenever you have any type of feeling that something is going to be bad, or something that you are doing is bad or shouldn't be done, just think, even for normal actions that you do, not necessarily only when you feel this way, but any action that you do, you should feel from, and if you feel that it is not right, you can contemplate for some time and see, or if it should not be done, you can contemplate for some time, but also see how Swamiji would do it, how, if that situation comes up, how to deal with it consciously and in the best way. So just contemplate for some time, and even if both logically and even if even within you feel that it shouldn't, if it should not be done, you can contemplate and just chant the Mahavakya will help you feel. Just do this and you will see that the feeling of something bad is going to happen, or something that you will ask for body scan for your regular menstrual cycle. Yes, so now I'll be doing a body scan for that. Yes, so Mark Shivaprasad, what I was able to see, actually in your stomach and in your intestine, there's like a fluid being, like it's like a greenish, that has to, and it's actually due to that, like, that is affecting the irregular menstrual cycle. But the solution that I was able to see for that fluid actually has to come out and should be clean. And the solution that I was able for this is you should start doing the Panchakriya early, and also you should start uh, having lots of hot water for the next at least 2 weeks. Every day drink hot water, and that will help in um, cleaning and getting rid of the fluid in the stomach and intestine. And start doing Panchakriya more regularly, and that will help in healing you. So this is what I was able to see for you. And I'll be doing a scan for you. What I was able to see was that you are actually, whenever like a thought current or thought comes like that, you are actually encouraging that thought. So whenever that thought, anything, whether it's comparison or self-hatred, anything negative, any negative thought that comes, at least many times you may not remember, but when you remember, immediately drop it. And even if at that point you don't remember and late at that negative mood, just immediately sit at that point in time, chant the Mahavakya for a few minutes, and just complete with that thought current and drop the thought current that's from this feet. And you will see that slowly when you start doing this, automatically those Puja Kumar, Salayan and Mark Prasad Nikananda has gone back saying thank you. Yes, thank you, Mom. And please stay tuned for the next segment. We will now be moving to the next segment, learning about Devi Parashakti. Who is Devi Parashakti? So please stay tuned for this next segment and also the further segments coming. The divine feminine consciousness about who is Devi Parashakti. So we'll be Sindhuraruna Vigraham Trinayana Manikya Mauli Spurate Taranayaka Shekharam Smitamukhim Mapina Vakshoruham Panibhyamalipurkam Raktotpalam Bibratim Saumyam Ratnagatastharakta Charanam Dhyayet Paramambikam. And the translation for this verse is: the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body, with the triple eyes sporting a crown of rubies studded with a crescent moon, a face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel cup brimming with mead, and the other twirling a red lotus. And another Dhyana shloka, which also comes from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana shloka, says: Arunam karunatarangatakshiim dhritapashankushpushpabanachapam animadibiravrita mayukaihi rahamityeva vibhavaye bhavanim. And the translation for this verse is: I meditate on the great empress. She is red in color and her eyes are full of compassion. She holds the noose, the goat, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hands. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as anima for rays, and she is the self within me. And Devi Parashakti is the ultimate, the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in, and the source where the Big Bang and black holes go on and on, in which all of us are in even now, and in which all of us are merged. Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future. And in the words of Devi Parashakti herself, Devi Parashakti introduces herself beautifully and she says, manifesting as the Nijavatar of the Supreme Point of Hinduism, beautifully she reveals, raising as Omkara, expressing Kailasha Swami who is in Kailasha, Sri Purachintamani, Parashodis Paramashiva, Parameshwari, everyone, to bestow all goodness. Hiranya Garbha Swarupini, Brahmanda Yoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samrajya Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi. Taking the form of Nithyananda, I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion I am blessing. Listen, people, to do good to all of you. I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara. And Devi Parashakti continues to reveal, raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, Shiva manifesting as source of existence, powers of existence, Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Icha, Kriya, and Jnana, growing, expanding as five Panchabhutas, beyond six chakras, filled, expanding as eight directions, existing as nine to do good, Parashodasi, Meenakshi, in the form of every one of you. Paramashivoham, Parashakti at that. She is there on your screen. So you can receive her in a very traditional way. You can keep two beet leaves, one banana, one betel nut, and a coin in front of the screen as you watch Devi Parashakti. Now, some of you might be wondering what exactly importance. So in the Hindu tradition, a coin is actually considered the traditional dakshina. It is given in temples as an offering to the deities, or even when someone comes home for the first time, or when you see someone for the first time, it is given as part of the items. And even when you are receiving a deity at your home at the beginning of at the beginning of any festival, when you're bringing the deity home, it is usually offered. And it can be the lowest value. And in India, it can even be just a cent. Swamiji says, I am not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent, it is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to one. When 1 paise is okay. And once the darshan is over, you can do namaskar, offer your gratitude, and eat the banana, the beet leaf, and the beet leaf, taking it as prasadam immediately. And the coins that you collect, you can send it to the Los Angeles. You can collect the coins and send it to the Los Angeles. In a few days, you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really Devi Parashakti is there. You will not take the Devi darshans for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to the powerful cognitions. It will break your unconscious behavior. Now you can all see how you can set up your tambulam. So you can arrange the two beet leaves, the betel nut, the banana, and the coin on a plate and keep it in front of the screen. You can also keep a few more additional items such as a few fresh flowers, kumkum, turmeric, glass, a small leaf. You can arrange it in a plate, keep it in front of the screen as you watch Devi Parashakti. So the next time you are setting up to receive Devi Parashakti, you can set up your own set of tambulam and receive her in a very traditional way. And now, with that, we will be moving to the next segment of this program where all of us will be seeing what exactly Devi Parashakti has revealed in the Akashic readings for all of us on all the various problems that humanity is going through right now, especially for the past 1.5 to 2 years due to the pandemic. So we will be seeing what Devi Parashakti has revealed on the cause and solutions for all of these problems, and how important it is for us to follow what Devi Parashakti has revealed. So let us first look at the compassion of the. So in the Guru Paduka Stotram, composed by Adi Shankaracharya, the very first verse describes how the Guru Padukas, the sacred feet of the Guru, is the boat that helps us cross the Ananta Samsara Samudra, the seemingly endless ocean of samsara. Aitabhyam Guru Bhakti Dabhyam Vairagya Samrajya Pujanabhyam Namo Namaha Shri Guru Padukabhyam. And the translation for this verse is salutations to the sandals of my Guru. which is the boat which helps me cross the endless ocean of life, which endows me with the sense of devotion, worship of which I attain the dominion of renunciation.
Overwhelming vastness of the suffering that surrounds us during this pralaya. Loved ones are dying due to the dire need of hope.
And it is at this time that the God Mother comes to elevate the suffering of humanity.
It's at this time that the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, the incarnation of cosmic super consciousness, out of his love and compassion, having a responsibility for the super conscious breakthrough of the whole of humanity, the cosmic divinity.
And Devi Parashakti is herself miracles in our lives, removing all our pain and suffering, and much more. And Devi has not just individually but also to humanity.
Various revelations of profound sacred secrets of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and by showing us the future regarding global issues, natural disasters such as fires, floods, and more, and even the twisted underground wars, which have not.
Segment, we will be elaborating on the statistical, scientific, and scriptural references of each sacred revelation, which has manifested precisely as the same guidance of Devi Parashakti, for us to imbibe deeply and start following as Devi Parashakti.
Now let's look at Devi Parashakti's revelation and understand what Devi Parashakti has revealed for the whole of humanity. Let us watch the video on the 8 methods to meet.
Parashodasi Meenakshi, Parameshwari Meenakshi, Parashakti Meenakshi, இங்கு எழுந்து அருளினோம் எல்லோர்க்கும் ஞானமும் தன்மையும் தந்திட நன்மையெல்லாம் அளித்திட நாமே வந்தோம் இங்கு கைலாசத்தின் சுவாமினியாய் பரமசிவன் நித்யானந்தன் விக்கிரகமாய் மலர்ந்தோம் உங்கள் எல்லோர்க்கும் நல்லதை புருஷா மலர்ந்திட வந்தேன் இங்கு மந்தர்கள் கொடுந்தொற்று கொரோனா கண்டு அஞ்ச வேண்டாம் 8 வழியின் மூலமாகவும் எண்ணத்தில் தியானித்து என்னை பிரார்த்தித்தல் சமூக வலைதளங்காய் என்னை சரணடைதல் நான் குடிகொண்டிருக்கின்றேனோ அங்கெல்லாம் பூமிதித்து என்னை வழிபடுவது 3 நெஞ்சில் மஞ்சள் தடவி வேப்பம் சாரருந்தி தினந்தோறும் என்னை தியானிப்பது 4 நிர்விகல்ப நிலையிருந்து நித்யானந்தத்தை நிறைத்து உயிர்வது 5 சிவ 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 எனும் பிரபஞ்ச பெரும் நாதத்தை அஜமாய் நிகழ்த்தல் 6 நிறைவான பூரண மனத்து நித்திரையில் அடங்குவது 7 பூரணமாய் பரிபூரணமாய் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் நினைப்பும் மறப்பும் அருந்த உணர்வு ஸ்மரணையில் அகம் அகம் என ஸ்புரிக்கும் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் ஆனந்த ஸ்புரணத்தில் இருப்பது 8 எனும் 8 முறையிலும் என எண்ணியோர் அத்துணை பேருக்கும் இல்லை கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் தாக்கமும் கொரோனா கொயாமும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் மயக்காமும் வாழ்வீர்கள் வளத்தொடு நல் ஞானம் யோகத்தொடு நாமே நிம்மோடு நானே நீயாய் நீயே நானாய் நல்வாழ்வு வாழ்வீர்கள். எட்டில் ஒன்று செய்தாலும் கொரோனா உங்களை எட்டவிடாது காப்.
So let us understand Devi Parashakti's revelation map into English. The Devi revealed, "O Shriya, wherever I am residing, worshipping me by doing the fire walking, applying turmeric in the chest, drinking neem juice, and meditating on me every day, being in the unclutched state, filling with eternal bliss."
Doing ajapa japa of the cosmic sound, Shiva, Shiva, or forgetting, in the Arunachala Spurana that blossoms as Aham, Aham, in the state of Ananda Spurana. Everyone who thinks on me through these 8 ways of Corona, they don't have fear and delusion. You will live with prosperity. One of these 8 ways, I will protect you. Corona will not reach you. Don't have fear, O people, be blissful.
Protect all of humanity from COVID-19. Let us now review each of these methods and understand the science and benefits of each method.
So let's see the first method, which is praying every Parashakti. So there's published by Healthline, and it gives 12 science-based, controls anxiety, promotes emotional health, it enhances self-awareness, lengthens attention span, may reduce age-related memory loss, can generate kindness, may help fighting addictions, improves sleep, helps control pain, can decrease blood pressure, and is accessible everywhere and anywhere.
And in this article from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, it states meditation has not just an effect on the mental well-being, but also has an impact on the physical well-being as well.
And another study by Cambridge University Press reiterates the necessity of meditation during the times of COVID, the crisis such as COVID-19. So here you can see the study by Cambridge University Press.
A study published in Everyday Health studying how prayer and spirituality protect the emotional health. It states that it offers a 5-team report published in Health Psychology found that when researchers followed 191 people with congestive heart failure for 5 years, they found that those who reported feeling spiritual peace and who made some healthy lifestyle changes were significantly more likely to live longer than their peers. And people with major depressive disorder or chronic medical illness who high levels of religiosity, July 25th, anxiety.
So now the avatar himself directly demonstrates how meditation directly impacts our mind and our brain.
Participates and encourages scientific researchers to derive evidences for meditation and healing through meditation. Dr. R. Murli Krishna, President COO, Integris Mental Health and James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and his team invited Nithyananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
When Swamiji came, I have requested him to do one thing. I asked him, would you be willing to undergo some scientific investigation of the meditation process? He very cheerfully agreed without one complaint. He went for 3 repeat sessions and 3 repeat sessions for quantitative EEG sessions. So we did that because if scientific findings are verifiable, they're replicable. You can replicate them, duplicate them. So Swamiji went through those sessions and we found some interesting findings.
In PET scan, they inject a radioactive dye which goes and sits in parts of the brain that are active. In the normal, non-meditative state, the brain is very active. And when we are seeing someone, the rear end of the brain, the visual cortex, is very active, as shown in the diagram.
Usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. But what meditation does is something very interesting. It shows the frontal lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 meditation, and here is a deep, deep level of meditation where it lights up significantly right here, right in the middle, probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches deeper. What's interesting was Swami was inside, and that's the last part of that one. See that right here? So what's interesting was I've never seen that before in my life. So the other parts I've seen may not be to the extent that Swamiji showed, but this is something interesting. There is something called dopamine. Our brain is involved in. Dopamine is produced mostly in this area. And when you have any transmits messages of pleasure, basically same thing is with visual pleasures you have, beautiful people. But what's interesting is that you and I have the potential to create our own dopamine in a big way. So I named it, for lack of a word in the past, the D spot, which is the dopamine spot. If you can discover your D spot, you got it made in life. The D really stands for divine spot. The D also stands for delight, and the dopamine spot. What's also interesting is that he could, at will, go in and out of those states. Those are some of the findings I want to share with you. There's so much more talk about physiology of mind and brain and the body. It's a fascinating field that this is something that all human beings can relate to, can apply in our own lives. Not only a sophisticated knowledge, but these things have application in daily life for all of us.
Nithyananda's system of free healing, known as Nithya Spiritual Healing, has been baffling the medical world, curing diseases from migraine to cancer. Qualified people are also initiated to become healers. The complete report of the research conducted on Nithyananda can be found in the book Mystic Phenomena.
Yes, and now let us look at what the Supreme Pontiff has revealed about the power of prayer.
If you are not is the best thing in your life, you are tortured, you are abused, your divine rights are violated. If you are constantly inspired to do yoga early morning, Brahma Muhurta time, everyday puja, sit that 30-40 minutes and melt down by feeling connection and to bust your stress. I tell you, Prayer is the best stress buster. Deep feeling connection and tears rolling in your eyes and melting down. Prayer to Paramashiva. Intense yearn Paramashiva. Nothing can be compared to that to bust your stress. I tell you, every day puja is an ultimate recharging experience. If you do every day puja, the kind of the stress-free life you will live, your whole life will be aligned to Kailasa. I tell you, I have seen the people who have the habit of Nitya Puja live long. Not just long, happy. In my whole life, it is Nitya Puja, Puja, that gave me all the best things of life. Every day puja, relating with the deities is the best stress buster. Touch the deities, do decoration, dress up. Even now, my best time of the day is when I sit with my deities. When I sit with my deities, dress up, talk to them, intensely pray, deeply connect and pray. Understand? You do not know the power of Archavatara. God landing in his deity form. Never underestimate the power of Archa. Living avatar can do to you, and Archavatara can do. Atma Linga I am giving to all of you. Literally.
Yes, and the next method revealed by Devi Parashakti is surrendering to Devi through social media. So what is during the Akashic readings, Devi Parashakti gives us the opportunity to connect with her through various social media platforms and attends individually to our prayers and showers us with blessings and blessings. Let us now see how we can connect with Devi Parashakti through social media.
So on YouTube, and then you can ask your questions in the comment section.
Yes, and the next way is by liking and following the Kailasas HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page. And then during the live Parashakti Akashic reading, asking your questions in the live video in the comment section so you can ensure that Devi will surely attend to you. She answers you directly or not.
On this Twitter handle. And you can ask your questions in the reply section of the tweet with the hashtag AskTheAvatar.
Yes, and the next way is by connecting with Devi on Instagram. You can follow Sri Nithyananda on Instagram, and you can ask your questions in the comment section of the video, of the photo. The WhatsApp chat box that pops up, and you can ask your questions directly here.
So now let's watch a video where Devi Parashakti is blessing people. An introduction to Devi Parashakti.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோம் இறங்கி குண்டலினி விமாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி.
And you can ensure that you and are protected during pandemic.
Fire walking wherever she is residing.
Yes. So, Supreme Concept of Buddhism has revealed that fire walking is an alchemy process. And in the words of the Supreme Concept of Buddhism itself, our rishis and munis have been adepts and masters in every field, whether health or keeping the society safe in every field. So all the vratams, the pujas, the spiritual techniques, religious rituals, anything they design is highly scientific and directly useful to the life. Coronavirus will not affect you at all because at fire walking time, that's for to protect us or any problem. It's actually powerful. It's a very powerful technique followed in those days, especially during this season.
You are protected already from corona problem. You will not be affected, it will not work on you. It will not affect you. And don't worry, it's a traditional way of making you immune. Actually, it's a traditional vaccination process. It's 11 feet length and burning live charcoal on which you are supposed to walk with the traditional powerful music which activates your limb system. That mukulam, we call it, in the back of the neck. This music will feel like it is hitting the back of your neck. System will be awakened. In that peak altered state of consciousness, you should walk on fire. Not just like that, you will walk. You will first walk, trigger the detox system, and then walk on the fire, 11 feet fire.
And if you do for one fire walking, you are absolutely protected from corona. Pray to Mahamariam and do the fire walking. That is it. It's like a traditional, powerful vaccination. Pray to Parashakti Mahamari, do the Bhakti Vratam, and do this traditional fire walking. You are absolutely protected from coronavirus. No need to panic. Traditional vaccination, traditional, natural, organic, no bad side effect vaccination is the fire walking.
So now let us watch a video where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism speaks on the science behind fire walking. He reveals the science behind fire walking.
Means balancing the system and awakening the whole parts of your body becomes insensitive to the existence because of the job it is doing, like a feet. Because of the continuous walking, it becomes insensitive. Your cheeks, how they are sensitive, they don't become they lose sensitivity to the reality. But for a complete awakening, your whole body needs to be alive and experiencing the reality and ability to experience the higher consciousness. That is the reason we have the process of fire walking.
Where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself does the fire walking.
சத்தியம் காத்திடும் உத்தமத்தியே சத்குருவாய் வந்த நித்திய தாயே வேதங்கள் அவனியை பேணும் ஞானமும் நீயே ஈனிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி தர்ம மண்ணில் வென்றிட வந்தாய் கர்மங்களை கொன்றிட வந்தாய் நித்ய ஆனந்த தர்ம மண்ணில் வென்றிட வந்தாய்
Now that we have understood about what Hinduism says about firewalking, let us look at what modern science has studied about firewalking. A study was conducted by the U.S. National Department of National Study of Medicine, the National Institute of Health, regarding the various effects and benefits of firewalking, and it found that firewalking increases levels of happiness levels in people who participated in firewalking.
Now there is the fourth method, which is applying turmeric on your chest, drinking neem.
And the benefits of neem juice as revealed by the Tibetan monk of Buddhism himself.
Bididi. It is not, I'm not talking air, I'm talking from ground. From the day we came till now, we have water for 10,000 people, very land. It's only pouring, pouring. Karumari's grace. Wherever we started ashram, nature come because we know biology, whole biology thinks. If you are having bitter relationships in your life, just start drinking bitter. Understand, if you are irritated, even if you don't react, the key, you will see you release kind of vibes. Take neem juice, you release healing, compassionate vibes. A woman who applies neem powder and takes bath, who applies hamai, that neem paste and turmeric powder. If a woman takes bath with that, she is equivalent to Mahamai. She is, because she will be manifesting that same vibes of Karumari. People start doing all these activities like applying neem paste and taking bath, applying haritaki powder and taking bath, applying turmeric powder and taking bath, applying basma and taking bath, especially for men, basma, for women, neem paste and turmeric paste. All four can be used by both, all genders. That is different. If you want specific, I'll recommend the neem and turmeric for female body, basma for male body. Understand, your whole biology things. Working on whole biology changes the whole life. So, now with this understanding the whole biology things, think Mahavagya. This is Ajapa Japa. Think Mahavagya. With the understanding your whole biology thinks,
ஓ